all of a sudden, like within about 30 seconds, dude, this thing divests into like this full on argument of like how we're gonna push. How are we gonna
Yeah.
push? And like Viper guys had their own mindsets, Eagle guys had their own mindsets, Hornet guys, we all had, and we are all so sure we are all right. 4 different communities. And I had to bring 4 different communities with 4 different mindsets, 4 different cultures, and be like, you are F-35 pilots now. You're not a East Coast Harrier dude, not a West Coast Hornet dude. We are F-35 pilots. And it's basically like saying, like everything you know, everything you think, everything you do doesn't apply anymore. And listen, man, that's an assault on our ego. I wrote about this in my learning to fly the F-22 at Tyndall, and what a total like meltdown I had trying to figure out how Air Force and 5th gen work. And I was a disaster at first, man. It was so hard. And then we take those 4 communities and make them F-35B pilots. And now we're integrating with the Air Force squadron right next door to the 58th. Awesome, awesome squadron. But they've got Vipers, they've got A-10s, they had an Eagle guy. They had no Raptor guys, which is crazy because that's what they needed more than anything. They had Strike Eagles. So you take all those communities, and you know this as well as anyone. And I learned this at the 422. Those MDSs, they're all different. Their culture, we're all different, all different. And one of the best things I got to do at Nellis flying Raptors was one of the projects that I ran as operational test lead was 5th gen integration. So I led and essentially wrote the test report on how Raptor integrates with all the 4th gen MDSs. And that included Navy Marines, by the way. So Hornets, Eagles, Vipers, and I make the joke like we even let the Strike Eagles do a little air to air with us to
I
make
love, we have to bash the Strike Eagles at least once every podcast.
at
So
least.
this is good.
So we even let the Dark Rays do it. And I had some joke back in the day where I mentioned that how we integrated those airplanes is all different. So the F-35 as a community had to take all these incredibly capable, incredibly competent, deeply rooted cultural histories and turn them into F-35 pilots. That is really hard to do. Like, hard to overstate how difficult that is. And the fact that we have come so far and done so well with that is a testament to the leadership inside those communities. But the way you describe that is right, man. Like, dude, that is it's hard to overstate how difficult that is from a leadership standpoint.
I can believe it. Again, you're worried about tactics, how to figure out how to best employ this plane. And I think, again, another example, the unclassified version for those who are listening, like I got two, one being I'm down in the Raptor briefing rooms at Tyndall before that got wiped off the face
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
earth with
yeah.
Hurricane Michael. And there are whiteboards and there are chalkboards, right? And the chalkboards being a holdover
For the
from the
C
Eagle
models.
community.
Totally.
They love their chalk, right?
Totally.
But like if that, right, that mentality, just think about how that, propagates throughout everything else that's done and just how challenging it is to kind of overcome and battle that, right? Like
Dude,
that's a
I,
tough ask.
I remember one of the first service integration things we did. The first thing we're talking about was just what formation we were going to push in. We're going to push in a wall. And someone said offset battle box. And someone said, we don't say box, we say container. And like all of a sudden, like within about 30 seconds, dude, this thing divests into like this full on argument of like how we're going to push. How are we going to
Yeah.
push? And like Viper guys had their own mindsets, Eagle guys had their own mindsets, Hornet guys, we all had, and we are all so sure we are all right. And so
Yeah.
you can imagine, what some of those throwdowns were, just trying to let go of some of that long history too. So it was quite a challenging time. The most fun you could ever have because it's that's what you want to be doing is figuring out how to build and develop tactics
Yeah.
for
That's
brand
cool.
new airplanes. Freaking awesome, but dude, not easy, man. Big personalities, a lot of
Yeah.
experience and success. I mean, you can't look at the C model community and say anything other than like, well, what you guys did worked. So we should probably be listening to you. Same thing for Viper. Like, so all these platforms steeped in incredible success in their history, and they brought with them strong opinions, rightfully so, because what they had been doing had been working for so long. You kind of have to get that stuff off the table and in a lot of ways start fresh, which is not easy to do, man. Not easy to do.
Yeah. But cool environment to be a part of, right?
Oh,
Something new. And then everyone in that room wants to win,
yes.
right? Make it the best.
Yep.
Just balancing,
It was a good
who's
time,
gonna,
man.
yeah, that's who's gonna win.